Shalom. I like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS for the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to my Akim who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen, but are not, by way of their forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as were the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. This is your brother Yakale from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is another Mark the Beast update, which is that Microchip. Now, as you can see clearly from this image that a brother posted today, that in Jamaica they're having some kind of competition in regard to the central bank digital currency that they are currently developing. So it says Jamaica's central bank digital currency, as you can see, that's on the left, and then at the top right it says Bank of Jamaica. So this is being hosted by the Bank of Jamaica, and then it says name, logo, tagline, and image design competition. Purpose of competition: to propose a name, a tagline, to design a logo, a representative image, and then of course they are offering money prizes, and then you can see the money that they're awarding, which, by the way, when you look at it, it says, for example, for the name Salakio, you will be awarded 350,000 Jamaican dollars, and then plus 25,000 in your central bank digital currency account. Okay, so then when you look at the image to the right with the phone, you can see the phone and then the lock security on it, and then you can see the coins and the paper currency that is being absorbed into the phone. All right, so well, y'all know what's going on already, right, in regards to the way society is moving and how it feels about cash. The cash is being done away with. It has been deemed dirty due to the current global situation that's going on right now. And so what we're seeing is a transfer from cash to digital currency, and all of these central banks around the world are developing their central bank digital currencies, which will be tied to the Microchip, and that is how people will be making payments, all right, by way of the Microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, and then of course it says for full details and entry requirements, see BOJ website here. So of course you can just scan it with your phone, using your phone, and then boom. All right, so central bank digital currency accounts are coming to Jamaica, and this is all, the plans of the Most High, you know what I'm saying, to bring about his mark of the beast. And yes, the mark of the beast is in fact the creation of Yahweh Shemeshai, and he is using Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the rulers of this wicked kingdom today, the Edomites, okay, that's what they are, to bring about this technology that is this left-hand sided technology, this wicked technology. All right, the Most High is in control of all of this, and he's using the wicked to bring about this wicked device. Okay, so you can just jump on over to Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. So the he, of course, is talking about the rulers of this wicked kingdom today, the so-called white people, the Edomites. And it is specifically their elite that will be doing this, all right? Because within every single kingdom that has ruled, you have a certain nation that is ruling, and then there's still a separation within the ranks of that nation. So you have the ruling class, and then you have the other people that are there, all right? So for example, in the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of the Israelites, it goes, by way of Yahweh, ordained. So Yahushua will be ruling, then King David, the 12 apostles, the 144,000, that will be like the ruling class, the elect, okay? So it is the wicked elite that is bringing about this with their New World Order agenda. And so they intend to microchip the entire world, all right? It doesn't matter who you are or your social status, all right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So, of course, the prophecy has to do with buying and selling. Once again, that is why we're seeing the shift from from paper currency to digital currency. Digital currency is going to be tied to the microchip. People are going to be using the microchip to make payments. And you won't be able to make payments. You won't be able to buy or sell unless you have it, because it will be the new way to conduct such transactions. All right. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and 6. And when you go into the word 6 here, Chi says stigma. And when you go down here to the G4742, it says stigma, a mark pricked in or branded upon the body. So when you look at the way that the microchip is inserted into the hand, what happens? It's by way of that Carax, which is shown here, okay? The Carax is the device used, that they stick it into the hand, and then boom, the microchip is administered. So you have the breakdown of the word mark, you have the Charagma, which is the physical microchip, then the origin is the Carax, that's the device used to administer the microchip. Then you have the Grapho, which is all of the information that is stored on the microchip, which will include all of your personal information. That's why we have these, they have these digital identification systems being built, biometrics, all of these things. Everything is just being consolidated or will be consolidated onto this one microchip, and it will be an all-for-one use. All right, so that's the goal of the wicked elite. And, with this new system, it is ushering in a new level of slavery, upon the world by these Edomites, okay? So that's all a part of their New World Order agenda. All right, and then we just look at this article that came out today. Retail central bank digital currency projects particularly strong in emerging economies, PwC index shows. So it says projects to develop a retail central bank digital currency, CBDC, for use by consumers and businesses are more advanced and particularly strong in emerging economies, according to analysis by global consultancy firm PwC. You can see right here, the Bahamas, they've already launched their central bank digital currency, which is the sand dollar. You have Cambodia, mainland China, Ukraine, Uruguay, Ecuador, the Eastern Caribbean, Sweden, South Korea, Turkey, and then these are just the top 10. All of these central banks around the world are developing their central bank digital currencies. The firm's global CBDC Global Index 2021 is designed to measure a central bank's level of maturity in deploying their own digital currency. It has identified retail CBDC projects in the Bahamas, Cambodia, China, Ukraine, Uruguay, Ecuador, the East Caribbean, Sweden, South Korea, and Turkey as being the 10 most mature in terms of the central bank's progress stance on CBDC development and public interest. Retail CBDC projects appear to be more advanced in emerging economies with financial inclusion stated as an expected outcome. Wholesale efforts are mostly conducted in more advanced economies with more developed interbank systems and capital markets. Looking at the most advanced projects globally, retail efforts have already produced 2 live projects in the Bahamas and Cambodia. 2 interbank/wholesale CBDC projects have reached this maturity level yet. However, nearly 70% of declared wholesale projects are already running pilots, while only 23% of retail projects reach this implementation stage. According to PwC, the 10 most advanced projects to develop a wholesale CBDC predominantly for use in interbank payments and financial settlement processes are in Thailand, Hong Kong, Singapore, Canada, the UK, France, South Africa, Europe, United Arab Emirates, and Japan. Cross-border projects make up the majority of the most advanced initiatives, allowing central banks to test cross-border connectivity and project interoperability, the report says. All right, because, right? Because the central bank digital currencies, it's going to be a worldwide thing. You know what I'm saying? Most advanced interbank/wholesale projects are expanding their scope to test interconnectivity with other interbank projects or the potential of linking with retail projects. In addition to more detailed analysis of the progress of the 10 retail and 10 wholesale CBDC projects identified as being the most mature globally, PwC CBDC Global Index Report incorporates studies of 4 other digital finance and currency projects in Switzerland, Italy, and the USA, as well as the European Central Bank's retail digital euro, where it describes progress as advanced. So, I mean, all of these countries that they've listed are like the most important, the most relevant, or it can also be viewed as just all these countries in the main places around the world. All right, so it's moving along beautifully. And then, in the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 3, it says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, it will surely come, it will not tarry." And that's talking about the prophecies, and especially this Mark of the Beast prophecy, which is well on its way, man. All right, it's clear to see it's being developed. All right, it's really just a matter of time, man. It can just be one kind of false event or catastrophic event, that will just usher in this new system, man. It don't take nothing. All right, because when you look at what's going on, I mean, the systems are essentially mostly in place, are already in place. You know what I'm saying? So, in the book of Revelation, chapter 14, verse 9 and 10, it talks about the judgment for you Israelites for taking the microchip, which is that mark of the beast, and it will be destruction. All right. So, in the Romans chapter 13, verse 11, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe." Right. Our salvation is very close, man. And it is high time to awake out of sleep. What's the sleep that you're in? The sleep that, you believe that this system and this world is as it is portrayed to be, when it's really not. It's nothing but an illusion that has been cast over the entire earth, man, by the people that are in charge, who are these Edomites, man. They fooled you into believing all kinds of things regarding, who they are and the way the world works, when, it's all just lies, man. All right, and it's a very deep sleep that our people are in, to not know who their powers are, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, And so when it is that, you're awoken out of that sleep, which is by them, truthfully, then you will understand what's going on, and you'll understand that, this life ain't it, and that there's a true life, true life, you know what I'm saying? Because the state that we're in right now, this ain't life, man. All right, but we'll be moving to actually living, and that the kingdom of heaven is ours, man. It was built for us, the Israelites. All right. And then, of course, with that knowledge as well, you will also, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Because it is by faith and it is by hope that, even those of us that are in this truth, that we refuse the microchip, which is the mark of the beast, when it is fully implemented. And that is that hour of temptation that is spoken about in Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. All right. But overall, man, our salvation is nearer than when we believe. So, even sometimes, like, brothers will see things going on around the world, and then, things can look a certain kind of way. And then, brothers kind of, low key go into a little, a kind of a lull. You know what I'm saying? The spirit kind of calms down. And, the thoughts could come into your head like, oh, man, when you look at the way things are, maybe it will take like a certain amount of years or whatever. But, this scripture and all these other scriptures reign true, man. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So truthfully, man, our salvation is much closer than what we perceive, man. Anything can pop off on any day. All right. So, with that, I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Shai, Bashim, Kodesh. Wa abad, babal, shalom.